and welcome to the Battlehack final tournament / results. Let me just get the chat open on my phone. And while I'm doing that, I would like to say a special thanks to HRT, our one and only Battlehack sponsor. It's thanks to them that we can have prizes and stuff and do random one-off hackathons like this. So they were very supportive on very short notice. We appreciate that a lot. Let me get the chat. Okay. Cool Joseph says, is that advertising on that webpage from your sponsor? Yeah, I mean that's the HRT homepage. Yes. Yeah, they do high frequency trading, and they're very good at it. Yeah, no, this is this is not just a random webpage. This is our very generous sponsor for Battlehack. So thank you, HRT. Also, thank you, Arzon11, for creating this beautiful viewer, which we will be using to show the games amongst the top 16 competitors in that made it to the final round robin. It was a round robin between the top 16 people, but we're going to be showing it as a single elimination tournament for suspense mostly. So let's just get started. This first game is between I Like Brackets Over Tabs as white and Bosun as black. So let's go. Alright, I Like Brackets Over Tabs again is on top, Bosun on the bottom. I Like Brackets Over Tabs definitely has a good start down here. They were controlling more of the board, but don't seem to be very aggressive, but they're jumping in every now and then. Kind of a stalemate happening on the right. I think if white pressed their advantage, they would be able to pretty easily get at least one to the back row. But they're not. It looks like pretty even skirmishes here. Not a ton going on. White definitely still has the advantage, being controlling much more than half the board, but let's see. Looks like it's going to end up going to a tie break. Neither one's going to make that much progress, but white is definitely going to take this one if it comes to that, because they are way closer to the edge. All right. Congrats to I Like Brackets Over Tabs for their first win, which puts Bosun in the bottom half, I think. Oh yeah, this is where we're doing it as a single elimination bracket. So Bosun is eliminated, and I Like Brackets Over Tabs we will see again. And let me get the next replay. Oh, sorry, I'm I lost where my list of replays was. Oh no, Cool Joseph, your viewer was very nice. We decided to use this one. Oh yes, and I am in a cabin. So whoever said that was right. Yes, Bench Apple is correct. We have run all of the top 16 teams against each other, and both as white and black. So they've there's a well-ordered ranking. and we're just showing the results as a single elimination tournament. So, for example, I can tell you that, let's see, I have the final ranking here. Yeah, so for example, Bosun was eliminated in the first round of our like quote unquote single elimination tournament, which means that they are in the bottom half. And because it's only single elimination, we don't get any more, or like we're not going to show any more granularity than that. The next round, four people will be eliminated, and then 2 people, and then 1 person. And so that way there's some suspense the whole time. We're not just like showing replays of stuff that happened. Okay, so next up we have Daedalus as white and S&C as black. So let me download that one. All right. Alrighty. So, and it has the team names in here. This viewer is so nice. All right. So Daedalus versus S&C, starting off pretty even. S&C definitely seems to be trying to push on the left here, but Daedalus is holding them off, I guess. It seems like S&C has way more pawns, though, so I don't know how they've been building up that advantage. But it has definitely been working. I guess they must just be choosing. Oh wow, that was a good push right on the right there. Daedalus is getting very close here, and yeah, S&C. Ooh, S&C can't spawn more pawns now. That is gonna be fatal as soon as Daedalus crunches. Yeah, the Daedalus just has like 3 times as many pawns now. Is Daedalus gonna crunch? I think so. Oh no, the game just ended. All right, well, Daedalus resoundingly controlled the board at the end of that game. This presentation, you like this presentation format? Thank you. Will we publish the data from the full round robin at the end? Or sorry, I kept saying Daedalus controlled the board. I meant S&C controlled the board. S&C totally won this game. Thank you for all of those corrections. Yes, will we publish the full data from the round robin? I don't know. If you really want us to, I guess we will. Say something on Discord, and someone who's not streaming will think about it. Okay, great. Anyways, congrats S&C. You continue in the single elimination tournament. And Daedalus is in 9th through 16th place. Okay. Next replay. Just saying to devs doesn't necessarily mean the other devs will know what's on stream at this very moment. But all right, anyways. Okay, so to be totally transparent, what's happening here is we're generating this tournament a little bit on the fly, and there are some devs watching lots of replays trying to pick the most interesting ones, but our pipeline is a little backed up at the moment. And I need my next game, please. I mean, we can still operate on MIT time, even being remote. Classes and stuff all start 5 minutes late. But, yeah. Anyways, did I mention that Hudson River Trading is our platinum sponsor for Battlehack this year? So thank you, HRT. There are a lot of smart people there. Many past Battlecode competitors have gone to HRT. And Arvid, I need the next one. Right. So, anyways, the while we're all here together, I should mention that um, okay. Wait. Never mind. I'm not going to mention anything. I have the next replay, and the pipeline is speeding up. They say. Okay. So our next game is white Hugo versus black Nicola. So we have. Okay, upload. Alrighty. Hugo is white, Nicola is black. Starting off with the usual meet in the middle thing. Oh, that's an interesting brief push from Hugo. Very evenly matched so far. It looks like Nicola is a little bit more aggressive about jumping in, and Hugo's just sort of sitting there on the defensive. Hugo looks like they occasionally jump in, but okay, that was a lot more aggressive. Interesting. So Hugo, it looks like, tried to build up a defensive advantage a bit and then started being more aggressive. I think it looks like they're deliberately creeping their line forward, where as soon as one layer has the grid, the next set will sort of jump up and try to form a wall farther up. This is an interesting strategy. I kind of like this one actually. That's very cool. It seems like it's been super effective so far in terms of providing a really strong defense. But okay, nice. Well, Hugo wins that one with the powerful slow wall. Alright, so congrats Hugo, and congrats Nicola on 9th through 16th place. Our next replay is already waiting for me. Perfect. Next up, we have Random Run as white versus Pawn Tsunami as black. Alright. If your bot is competing and you actually know what's going on, please say something in the chat, and I would love to, say something more intelligent than what I'm saying. But for now, it seems like most teams have been doing the thing where you try not to step into danger unless there are a lot of pawns nearby or something. Some of them are probably doing more complicated things than that. But it's kind of hard to tell. Although this viewer is so nice. The lines for when pawns move help a lot for figuring out what the heck is going on here. It looks like Pawn Tsunami keeps having single pawns break through in one row, but then not doing a whole lot with them. I guess there's not much he can do if it's not really backed up, but oh, interesting. Okay, so Pawn Tsunami is making a push off to the right here. Who won this one? It's close. Looks like Random Run won this one. Yeah. All right. Congrats, Random Run. You continue. Congrats, Pawn Tsunami, on 9th through 16th place. All right. Next up, we have Ayushi versus the Quantum Mechanics. Okay. Ayushi is white. Quantum Mechanics are black. Alright. It seems like a pretty standard strat to just send one pawn in every row right at the beginning, but the result has been interestingly different, depending on whether people went in the same direction or not. Some end up being really flat, and some are pretty jagged. I guess they all end up sort of equalizing, but looks like Ayushi came out with the advantage on this start. People in the chat, who do you think, how important do you think the starting, the first 20 pawn placements are versus the mid game strategy to make pushes like the one on the left here and stuff like that? We'll see what you say. It seems like pushes can overcome a good start, but a good start makes everything else a lot easier. Like Ayushi is, net controlling less of the board, I think, but is going to win the tiebreak of like getting a single pawn the farthest at least. Or sorry, I meant the quantum mechanics. Let's see what actually happened. Oh, the quantum mechanics were repelled a lot right at the end there. So I think Ayushi won that one. So congrats, Ayushi. You continue. Quantum mechanics, congrats on 9th through 16th place. Next up, we have Razgriz versus Idiot. And I mean that endearingly, Idiot. Okay. All right, Razgriz. Oh wait, there's stuff in the chat. People think first 20 pawn placements are the most important. The chat says. I don't know. I'm not convinced that. Yeah, I agree. I think a good start compensates for suboptimal play, but I think it's not. I think it can be overcome, but maybe not with only a week's worth of code. So we'll see. Okay, Razgriz versus Idiot. Wow, very very symmetric start. That's a strategy, I guess. Oh wow, Idiot. That was a good push on the left there. Seems like Idiot is being more aggressive than most we've seen so far, and is just like immediately starting to control the board. As soon as White loses the ability to spawn, they're going to be at a huge disadvantage. But it looks like Idiot is aggressive enough that White always has space to spawn somewhere. Still not a good situation to be in, but they're pushing back some. Let's see. It's interesting that Idiot just sometimes does. Well, maybe that's a coincidence. I was going to say, sometimes they just seem to go all the way across and spawn a pawn in each column sequentially, but I think it might have to do more with what's going on. Let's see. Spawning is important. Oh, thanks for the shout out to Example Funks Player. Great example of great starts overcoming suboptimal play. Alright, anyways, Idiot controlled this whole game, so congratulations, Idiot, you have won. You would continue. Razgriz, congratulations on 9th through 16th. And let's see who is next. Alright, so next up we have First Time Question Mark versus Brutal Pigeon 64. Okay. Alright, First Time versus Brutal Pigeon 64. I believe First Time was a team who competed for the first time during Battlecode this past year, but I guess that's okay. Oh, this is a fun stalemate. First, Brutal Pigeons better do something because they have less of the board. Oh, that's okay, good. White still has a slight pawn advantage, but not too much. And it looks like, did Brutal Pigeons move up one? Yeah, I think so. Maybe even two. So that was good. But now now this is not good for Brutal Pigeons. First Time just built up a huge advantage just in number of pieces. Ooh, that was brutal for Brutal Pigeons. They have like half the number of pawns now. This is not looking good for them at all. Yeah, that's a pretty oof. If only they had done that earlier, because they moved up pretty well the first time, but then White was able to build up way too many pawns when this happened. Yeah, this is like 3 times as many. Alright, rip. I'm going to preemptively say congrats, First Time, on the victory, and congrats, Brutal Pigeon 64 on 9th through 16th place. Alright, next up. Next up we have Snakes and Ladders versus ASDF. And Snakes and Ladders is white, ASDF is black. And let's upload that. Okay, oh interesting, starting in opposite corners. Okay, wow. Bad start for ASDF, but they recovered mostly. Interesting pawn placement, lots of columns. I don't know why they're doing that, but I'm sure they have a reason. Um, maybe a strength in numbers argument. The thing is, I think positioning seems pretty important, and so like having an even spread of pawns can help prevent them from moving up too far. I don't know. It looks like Snakes and Ladders is kind of dominating a little bit here. I think ASDF might only spawn on odd columns. No, that's not true. But they prefer to, or something. Regardless, Snakes and Ladders has two pawns on the back row, so I think that's pretty conclusive, unfortunately, for ASDF. Yes, ASDF is an MIT team, I think. They competed for the first time in Battlecode 2020. Neural nets prove that pawn columns are superior. Could you please elaborate on the neural nets prove that pawn columns are superior claim, Program James? Okay, well, anyways. So congrats, Snakes and Ladders, on the victory, and congrats, ASDF, on 9th through 16th. Okay, and I need more replays. Anyways, during this brief interlude, I would like to say that this is not the only. No, if you beat ASDF, you do not get admission to MIT. That's not how this works. No. Anyways. All right. Sorry. Next up, we have the next round. So that was the first round of 8. Now there are only 8 left, or that was the round of 16. Now there are only 8 left. So let's start it off with I like brackets over tabs versus S and C. Okay. Alright, I like brackets over tabs is white, S and C is black. Pretty even start, it looks like. S and C and I like brackets over tabs, definitely focusing a bit more on the left, but it seems like mirroring each other mostly in terms of pawn placement, which seems like a good strategy, I guess. I mean, there is a slight defender's advantage, but it seems prudent to mostly put your pawns where the other team is. Let's see, none of them are making super powerful pushes. S and C has like a tiny advantage being farther up, but it's gone now. Interesting. So I like brackets over tabs is pushing back now and has, I think, oh wow, right at the end there they pushed slightly ahead, and I think I like brackets over tabs took that one. Yeah, congrats, I like brackets over tabs. You advance. Congrats, S and C. You are 5th through 8th place. Next up we have Random Run versus Hugo. Okay. All right, Random Run versus Hugo. Pretty even start again. And again, we're only showing, I know there's like, a slight advantage to being one color or the other. People argue which one is the advantage. But we ran all of these 16 teams against each other from both directions. Oh, it's interesting. Hugo is another... Wow, they're like in an exact stalemate right now. Amazing. Is this just how it's going to be? Oh, that's pretty boring. Okay. Let me see what the round robin said about those two teams, because I don't think they were tied. Okay, let's see. Hugo, random run. Oh, yeah, okay. So, in the round robin, Hugo won one more game than random run. So... Wait. Oh, wait, no, they're tied. Sorry. No, random run. Sorry. Random run. Bleh. They were tied. Random run won the coin flip in this game. But I don't know. Sorry. This is where the single elimination format fails slightly. Because even if random run beats Hugo every time, if Hugo wins more games in the round robin, then they score higher. So sorry, that's awkward. But anyways, let's continue in with Ayushi versus Idiot. Okay. Alright, Ayushi is white, Idiot is black. And because of that confusion, I think I have no idea what everyone else is saying right now because I'm streaming, but I think we will probably release the results of the round robin. Ooh, nice, okay. Wow, that was a good push from Idiot. But it didn't really pan out. Oh, I guess it did. Alright, so Idiot has slightly more control now, but that 320 guy is in a precarious position. Okay, Idiot does have a slight pawn advantage, so that's good for them. Oh, we're back in stalemate position. How did this happen, Idiot? They still have a pawn advantage, but it looks like that pawn advantage just showed up in that they could push a little bit harder than white. Interesting. Alright, so Idiot has made some significant progress towards the end. I don't know how they built up that initial pawn advantage. I think maybe the initial pushes were very well done. But congratulations, Idiot. You advance. Congratulations, Ayushi, on 5th through 8th place. Okay, and then the last of our, quarterfinals. Okay, anyways, so where is my... Okay, so next up is Snakes and Ladders versus First Time... Is first time pronounced first time or first time question mark? I don't know. Okay. Snakes and Ladders is white. First time is black. First time is getting off to a good start, but Snakes and Ladders somehow has a slight advantage in pawns. I guess that's a bit of the defender's advantage for you. Let's see. First time still has a slightly better position on the board, but it looks like Snakes and Ladders is building up a bigger and bigger pawn advantage. Ooh, yeah, and that just really showed up. Wow, already got one on the back row, 2 on the back row. Dang. All right. Well, things are not looking good for first time. Snakes and Ladders looks like they're pretty resoundingly dominating this one. Yeah, it looks like they're not going to get any more back on the back row, but those two are definitely enough to win them the game. Congrats, Snakes and Ladders. You advance, and congrats, first time, on 5th through 8th. Okay, so we are now in the... What the heck is this? RPS? Oh, no, sorry. Alright, so we are now in the semifinals with I Like Brackets Over Tabs versus Random Run. Okay. Pretty even start again. I Like Brackets Over Tabs with a... No advantage. This is just basically a stalemate. All right. Oh, okay. That was much more exciting. Great. All right. So somehow Random Run gained a positional advantage from that push, but it's going back to about even now. I like the negative feedback loop of the farther up you are, the longer it takes for your reinforcements to arrive. So it's like, I don't know, slight loser's advantage and defender's advantage. But yeah, so okay, I don't know who Jen Kura is, but I assume you're Hugo, and yes, Hugo won one more game. All right, the single elimination thing, the whole point is like there's a prize for first place, and wait, which one won this one? I Like Brackets Over Tabs won this one. There's a prize for first place. So the single LM is mostly a suspense mechanism to eliminate people one by one until we know who first place is. So it's hard to align it exactly with the round robin, especially when it's happening live. But yeah, anyways, the point is, Random Run, I'm sorry, you did not win. Congratulations on somewhere between 3rd and 8th. I'm not exactly sure how it shakes out with Hugo. Anyways, let's continue. Next up, we have Snakes and Ladders versus Idiot. Okay, Snakes and Ladders versus Idiot. And we're going to download it. Okay. The usual even start. I think Idiot tends to be a bit more aggressive, so we'll probably see something, yeah, on the left there, nice. Let's see, they're at deadlock, but it's pretty far back. Okay, Idiot's making a push. It looks like they lost a few pawns on that, like net lost a few pawns on that one, but at least they're not quite as far back now. Although Snakes and Ladders, I think, was the one with the, like, very good defense, so it looks like they're just going to keep defending and moving up when they can, and I don't know, Idiot keeps making some good pushes, but Snakes and Ladders just has a few more pawns and like a little bit better defense, I think, that they just keep getting pushed back. Let's see, is Idiot going to make a final push? Looks like no. Alright, congrats, Snakes and Ladders. You are continuing, and congrats, Idiot, on 3rd or 4th, I think, depending on how you choose to interpret this makeshift single elimination. Oh, Snakes and Ladders says they don't move up past a certain point, they just hold the line. I guess that could work, but I don't know. Some teams seem like they were able to make a small, narrow push, and that was successful, but I don't know. Maybe we didn't let the meta evolve long enough. Who knows? All right, so next up, we have the... actually, no. Well, let's take a quick break and to keep building suspense and talk about the Engine Breaker and Lead Hacker prizes. So we were flattered by the overwhelming response of people who really wanted to break our stuff. So thank you for that. Yeah, no, sorry. So thank you for that. There were lots of people who succeeded in breaking stuff. So for the engine breaker prize, there were several issues. One is number 71, which is a lot of fun, where Stone T2000 was able to create gigantic, like, just uses of memory, like memory leaks that would just break everything, including, like, sometimes the computer it was running on. So that's fun. Thank you for that. Also, and the way that we split this up were roughly evenly between the different bugs, but slightly bigger for, like, really severe or impressive bugs. So that issue 71, Stone T2000 got you $100. So congratulations and thank you. Another issue, which qualified for the Engine Breaker prize, was number 97 from Dark Shark 007, which he found another way to just sort of deadlock the game with a self, just like a while true loop. So that's a shame, but it's good to know. Thank you. So that also got you $100. Congratulations, Dark Shark 007. Another one, there are a lot of these, by the way. They're like 7 Engine Breaker prizes, or Engine Breaker worthy issues. So the next one is number 104. Recursion with error handling doesn't work. Actually, it's just not clear what's happening in this one to me, but amazing. And thanks to Dutch Gra for pointing out that this actually can result in a Stack Overflow error, which is always fun. So anyways, thank you, J 2016 for number 107. That also got you $100. Next up, we have... Oh, yes, this one was so much fun. Number 106 and 107 was about the same error, but, 106 was like an hour earlier, so sorry. Thank you for all the details, though, in 107. It was like a very eloquent issue, but 106 was like an hour earlier, so... And, like, also encapsulates the... gist of the bug. The whole thing here is you could just seed the random number generator, and that's not ideal. Like, you could choose, the other teams, like, you would be seeding the other team's random also, and the one that controlled the coin flip. So yeah, you being able to control the random seed gives you power over all of the randomness that happens, and we don't want that. So yes, that was also J 2016, so thank you for that. That earns you another $100. We also have issue 108, Python library calls produce unexpected engine instrumentation. And this was like basically a bunch of craftily crafted strings that could cause problems with the instrumentation. I think the problem was some integer overflow or something, but yeah. Anyways, that was by Passioneel for number 108. Thank you, Passioneel. And that issue earned you $100 as well. Next up, we have the last two, the biggest two bugs, which got 125 apiece. And issue number 121, spawn pawn on any square. DE4BF148. Deb Flab, maybe? I don't know how to pronounce your name, sorry. Found a way to spawn pawns at any location, which is a particularly fun and exciting bug, so thank you for that. And it's sad how easy that was to fool the engine into just spawning pawns anywhere. But yeah, so thank you. That earned you $125. And finally, the last engine breaker, also for $125, also a very fun bug, was number 133, where Cool Joseph found that you could communicate things to your team via addition. So he found a way to set, some team variable and then have the overlord change it, and the pawns detect that. And put some sample code here, but we thought that one was particularly fun and strategic. So thank you, Cool Joseph, for issue 133. That is, again, $125. Now, for the Elite Hacker Prize, there were several people who actually managed to not only break the engine, but escape the sandbox and, potentially get access to our servers and stuff, and maybe even the database password, and maybe even set their own scrimmage scores. So those were fun. And there are three big ones. One of which is issue 135. And this was from... did we say who this was from? We know who it was from, but I don't think I wrote it down. Help who won the league. Alright, anyways, I'll get back to you on that in a second. So anyways, issue 135, PDB is, the Python debugger is one of the things that you can import. And it turns out you can just run arbitrary code through PDB, even though you couldn't run it normally. So for example, you could just pretend that you were debugging you're putting in some line of Python as if you were going to debug it, and it just gets the database key or something like that. So that was fairly significant. Oh, and this person wanted to remain anonymous. Okay, that's why. Anyways, so thank you, anonymous hacker, for finding this PDB exploit. That earned you $200, so congratulations. Next up, we have issue number 69 from KMH11. And he found a way to leak the entire game state, essentially by with a particularly well done string format command, and you can just sort of get everything from that. Anyways, yeah, this one was particularly fun, and you could even use it to get OS environment variables, which may include things like GitHub keys and database keys and stuff like that. So that's why this is also the Elite Hacker Prize. And again, thank you to everyone who found exploits for disclosing them privately to us first so that we could fix them before making them public. But anyways, yeah, so thank you, KMH11, for this one. That also earned you $200. And then finally, the biggest exploit submitted by GCanwar, issue number 136. Really learned way more about the instrumentation than many of the devs know. and found a way to manipulate. So there's some overflow when we're inserting commands between the regular Python sort of syntax, like the compiled Python, not totally compiled to binary. I'm trying to decide at which level to talk about this. Okay. We insert a few bytecode commands between every Python bytecode command to do stuff like tracking bytecode usage and cut you off when you need to and stuff like that. And because we are inserting our own commands inside the other bytecode, we have to adjust all of the jumps and stuff in the bytecode so that it jumps to the correct place instead of if we add one command or if we add one bytecode for every bytecode, then the jumps would all be off by a factor of 2. And the way that that's calculated, there's actually potential for overflow, where if we add too much to a single jump, then it'll loop back around. And you can cause all sorts of problems with this. And gcanwar found one which lets you just jump to arbitrary points in your own bytecode. And then from there, what you can do is you can create a really big string or something that has a bunch of commands in it, and then just jump to that location in the instructions, and then execute it as code instead of as the string that you were saving it as. And then from there you can do anything because it's no longer restricted. You can put whatever you want in that string, and it'll just execute it. So they came up with a very nice evil string that let them do very nice, cool, and evil things, and this was such a fantastic exploit, and it just, I don't know. gcanwar is the most elite hacker for sure, thanks to this one. So issue number 136 has earned you $350. Thank you for breaking our stuff, and congratulations on finding all of these exploits and engine bugs. Okay, now back to the tournament. The final 2 games. Who do we have left? We have I Like Brackets Over Tabs and Snakes and Ladders are the remaining 2. And believe it or not, they both won the same number of games in the round robin. They both won 25 games in the round robin. And so we decided to break the tie by seeing which team beat which. So I'm going to run 2 games, one with Snakes and Ladders as white, and I Like Brackets Over Tabs as black, and one the opposite. And we'll see who wins, or if they continue to tie, or what. So the first game will be I Like Brackets Over Tabs as white, and Snakes and Ladders as black. Okay. Let's begin. All right, fairly even start. And someone in the chat pointed out correctly, 25 out of 30 round robin games means that they didn't clearly dominate. Ooh, speaking of clearly dominating, Snakes and Ladders was doing pretty well for a second there, and had made I Like Brackets Over Tabs fill all the way up. So no one was able to win all of the games, but still 25 out of 30 is a pretty good ratio. But it was also not symmetric, so there wasn't there were many rock paper scissors relationships where one team would beat another, who would beat a team C, who would beat team A, which is interesting. All the top ones are pretty close. But regardless, Snakes and Ladders seems to be dominating this game both by pawn count and position. Ooh, and yeah, I like brackets over tabs. Just lost a lot of time there. So Snakes and Ladders is going to take game 1. And on to game 2. All right. Good question. So someone asked if only eligible teams. Thank you, Counta Chess, for your sarcastic but still helpful plug again for our favorite sponsor, Hudson River Trading. Anyways, final game. The question: did only eligible people get run? No, the way that we did it is we took everyone. We split them randomly into groups, into 4 groups, ran a round robin within each of those 4 groups, and then took the top 4 teams from each of those groups and ran a round robin amongst themselves, and then just ignored the ineligible teams when assigning prizes. I believe Snakes and Ladders and I Like Brackets Over Tabs are both eligible, but I can double check that right now. So they both have a shot here. Well, at this point of either splitting it or Snakes and Ladders could win it all. But anyways, yeah. So we ran everyone together because I don't know, it's fun for people who are ineligible to like participate in the tournament, even if they're not winning prizes. But anyways, so yeah. So I think these top 2 are both eligible. And we'll go now to the final game. So let's do that. Snakes and Ladders is now white, and I Like Brackets Over Tabs is black. So pretty even start. And it looks like Snakes and Ladders already starting to build up an advantage. I think they said that their strategy was pretty much always defend, but like move forward when you can. It looks like they occasionally start fights, but I'm not sure. And I guess if you get a good start, then you never have to do anything but defend because you'll always win encounters, but I guess we'll see. Still pretty even, but Snakes and Ladders seems to be very, very slowly inching their way down. I think that was a Snakes and Ladders initiated push right there, but I'm not sure. Black actually has the pawn advantage, which is interesting. So perhaps if they were more aggressive, they'd be able to regain some ground, but Snakes and Ladders is really holding the line well. I wonder if they just try to... Oh, alright, that's it. So, congratulations, Snakes and Ladders. You have won Battlehack 2020 for a prize of $500. Congratulations. Thanks, everybody, for playing. We will be posting the full round robin and everything at some point soon. But yeah, thanks for playing. Thanks for breaking our engine. Hope you had a good time. Good luck with the rest of quarantine and stuff. And we will see you January 2021 for a full month of Battlecode. See ya.